you should. Like, do you feel like safe lane Bristleback is as good as, like, say, a dual offlane or an offlane Bristleback?
Well, I think Wagga actually brought up a really good point the other day. Not yesterday, obviously, but the day before. Is some heroes have a timing where they peak.
Yeah.
And I think Bristleback and Viper kind of peak at around the same time, and so does Brewmaster. So it's like one of those lineups where, think of it as like a timing attack from StarCraft, right? Like you hit like 20 minutes and all three of your cores are suddenly really dangerous, and you have a blink initiation, and it's like, oh, well, maybe we just end up losing a ton of team fights because of this. I mean, sure, minus armor is kind of scary, but you're going to have Brew for control, you're going to have fissures for peeling and things like that. The Brew is, or Bristle's still really tanky, right?
Yeah.
Like even with minus armor. And if he gets like early Crimson and he gets even a little bit of armor, it's going to be really hard to take him down. So I feel as though VP is looking for kind of this 25 to 30 minute timing to be able to just absolutely crush 5-man engagements.
What's the logic behind the Bristleback pick? Is it just so you can survive the initiation from Storm Spirit? Like when I look at their heroes, they seem very mobile and hard to kind of lock down, you know?
Well, you have to commit a lot to kill a Bristle, right? At pretty much any stage in the game. So if a Storm gets solo or a solo initiation on a Bristle, if he even has Orchid, it's still giving plenty of time for anybody to TP react. So I think that a Storm jumping on a Bristle is something that you don't often want to do unless you are really far ahead in item progression. And Jotum really does not want PP to get that rune,
reach for the attack,
but he can just attack it. So, yeah.
So
an eye is real. But I think VP's lineup is still a bit risky. I think maybe picking something that had a little bit more late game potential, obviously, would have been safer, but hey, they turned last game in a big way, so I can't doubt them now.
They actually played Viper as a solo core. Do you remember that game, Wagga?
Yes.
And they nearly won the game. It was actually really close.
Yeah, that is true. And a point is to be made about VP and their draft being similar to 4ASC. The difference, of course, is, you know, you can compare this to the game where 4ASC had Bristleback, Viper, but a Lycan instead of the Brewmaster. So they lost the well-roundedness. Whereas VP, they have the initiation, enough to deal, you know, to give the space for Viper and Bristleback to go in and then deal the damage. So I think teamfights could work out for VP, but EG, if they get the initiation, they just can't manhandle VP, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, if you catch out Shaker, for example, I think he's actually one of the higher priority heroes on the team, because you don't really want to jump a Bristle, and Viper is just going to get like fissured for and things like that. So if you can take away like the one stun on VP, I think it's going to be
so
quite
aggressive.
easy for them.
Yeah, or even Skywrath would be a decent target as well, but it's obviously very hard to go on anything else if you don't go on Earth Shaker. Because killing like Brewmaster when there's a fissure to save him is going to be very difficult. Bottom lane taking a lot of damage to the tower here as they try to go in and kill Universe.
Yeah, he almost dropped though. He's actually going to be forced to go all the way back to base. Which
Look at this wave.
It's kind of a bummer at this stage.
This wave bottom is huge.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's just an ode to how hard they dove him, right?
Exactly, yeah.
so Rune is about to spawn. Both teams going to check it a little bit. Skywrath on bottom, and top we see Elder Titan as well as Mancho. Jotum not going to be able to secure this one.
Them bounty runes are like the best thing ever for sports. It's like, it actually is ridiculous. Like.
It's really good.
It kind of encourages you to actually remain active as opposed to just like sitting in the static laning phase. So yeah, I like it as well. Smoke here actually, but it was under a ward, so looks like VP are pretty aware.
Jotum might be a bit out of position though for this.
He might just want to reveal it, to be honest. Like he's just sitting here like, please run into me with your smoke. I will happily take it. And as long as he sits around here, I don't see any way that G is gonna die. He has 2 points into corrosive skin. He's so tanky even. So this is not gonna work.
Oh, they actually...
Oh, beautiful.
Nice
Jotum is actually a monster on Airshaker. Like, he's really, really good at that hero.
It seems like there's a lot of support players lately who are just really good Earthshakers. You know, Jerax, Jotum, maybe it's just people whose names start with J.
Yeah, when you're born, you get like a crash course. It's like, okay, this is
Earthshaker. Learn him, live him.
There will be a game in about 10 years. It'll be called Dota 2. You'll be good at it.
Maybe longer than 10 years. Oh no, never mind. I know what you mean. You were right. Yeah. Okay. I thought you said something else.
All right. So nice little pull here by VP's offlaner, pulling into the big tramp. So Sidoi gonna farm a little bit under his own tower. Always a nice thing to do as an offlaner. It does help up EG though to just farm the camp as well. So it's never it's never a win on the offlane, I guess. Whatever
Yeah.
you do, you always gonna be falling behind a little bit to the safe lane, but that's how it goes.
Who do you think is controlling their safe lane better? Like when I look at Universe, he's level 3.5, and then Sidoi is level 3 as well. But the way they've been getting experience has been kind of different. Like the Universe got experience because they dove him, and the creeps kind of pulled him to the tower.
It's also the fact that ES has not been around mid at all.
Yeah.
So it's 2 heroes against Tide bottom. And in that regard, I think VP are doing a very good job, considering how Bristleback is not even that good against Tide to begin with. They're doing a really good job controlling that lane. And Brewmaster is fighting against what is pretty much a tri lane.
Yeah, I would actually agree that in terms of lane control, I think that VP are actually doing a little bit of a better job. I mean, both offlaners are eventually going to get EXP no matter what.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that Tide in general is a harder hero to zone, and I think that EG's lane in itself doesn't really have high kill potential, whereas anything with a Skywrath and a Bristle has extremely high kill potential.
Okay, can we talk about how sad Fear is?
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to talk about how sad
He's
he is.
6-1, and the Viper's 29-11, so he's pretty sad.
On the very first creep raid, G went up on the high ground and just said,
Boy, could be dropping here on the top lane. Fissure actually going to land on 2. He's going to get a clap off, wants to try to run this away. Oh, no, wait, did he clap?
Yeah, he
Might
did.
have-
Yeah, Magic Wand is your best friend. Clap and walk away
Yeah.
and be just fine. And yeah, it is tough life against a Viper. To be honest, Puck does not fare very well against him, and there's also been the help of ES.
Yeah,
sitting
constant fear of dropping, just kind of walking around. You're not even doing anything, just showing face.
It was a big thing that they dove in under a tower to deny all those last hits.
Yeah.
Because that's so long ago, and he's only been able to get 8 last hits in 5 minutes on mid lane, which is extremely low.
Compared to
Universe going to be more
31
TP.
Get out of jail free card against that lane.
Yeah, I love the, like, not necessarily awareness, but just the fact that you can carry TPs against those types of compositions, because oftentimes, like, people will forget it. Like, it'll slip your mind and you give away 1 kill, and that's it. Then all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
it's
lane
game
is
over,
just, it just goes to crap, so.
Especially against Bristleback. Like, wait, the second he hits level 6, it's going to be a lot harder for Universe, I think, because Bristleback just, like, the damage is insane from that ultimate.
Yeah. I mean, the one benefit, actually, is VP only have 1 disable outside of Bruce Split, so carrying TPs is pretty much going to be a must on EG all the time. And it's really good for Storm, because he really only has to worry about the Sky Silence. Sometimes you might, like, ball into a fissure or something, but that's not really going to kill you. It's really all about the Sky. And it kind of makes it so you have easy targets to go on. Like, the ES and the Sky are the only 2 real heroes that are going to be disruptive to your playstyle, so it makes it very easy to find openings for Arteezy. I feel like his impact in this game could be very high.
One Elder Titan as well can scout with the Spirit and, like, look out for the Earthshaker and that kind of stuff with the Spirit, so
Yeah.
it'll clear up a bit of space. They've good synergies, them heroes.
That is true. Elder Titan pretty low level though. He's level 3 right now. Obviously Earthshaker is level 2 only, but I feel somehow that ES with his Fissure doesn't need levels at all. Like, he can catch up later on. All he needs to do is secure that Viper is winning mid really hard, and then they can maybe free up a lane for the ES. He's also stacking during this time, so it's not like he's not being productive.
Yeah.
I just think that VP need to acknowledge the fact that their draft is meant to win at a very specific point in the game, and that they need to itemize around that as well. And it's pretty obvious too, since BZZ is going Vanguard, like, that item is meant to end the game, right? Like, you don't buy a Vanguard to continue farming. You really want to just go completely ham with it.
Be an Atos. So
Yeah.
That could be an Atos as well, that's true.
And Vanguard is a very good item when the enemy has plenty of minus armor. Like, sure, you're not gonna have the armor, but at least the block is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
And obviously I expect him to build some armor items after this as well. We'll see. Probably just upgrading it into Crimson Guard straight away.
Was it Kuroki that was doing that for Secret? Like, he goes safe lane Bristleback and just, like, rush Crimson Guard and they just go ham.
The item is so good. It's like, Sidoi gonna get pulled to your top lane, right into a stomp. He's gonna eat 1 more remnant. Sense Fissure coming out onto Arteezy. He is level 6. He's actually gonna commit a ball to this. Uses his soul ring, gets 1 more auto attack off, and that's gonna be your first blood.
750 first blood, but of course, trying to get away here should be fine. The TP's a little bit too late from BZG. Maybe they could have TP'd sooner and turned that around. But EG secured the first blood. Elder Titan gonna be happy with that.
Is Universe going to get mana boots here? Or do you straight rush Blink Dagger?
Like, a lot of people prefer Naked Blink, which I think is probably the choice in this game, because against the Brew in the Sky, like, if you can get a silence on them, it makes your Storm's life easy, right? Like, he just goes ham if those heroes are dead. So I feel like Naked Blink is probably the choice here. There's going to be a coil on G. Ball in middle lane. They're just going to go for the kill here. Fissure.
Cross.
Yeah.
Okay, he's still gonna die. So the
Not
power
even
of Storm.
necessary.
Oh my god, I'd say Fear is so happy right now. He's like, finally, the snake is dead.
Yeah, and the DD rune helped him out a lot there as well. So rune control, always important.
I think
Secure that
there's
kill.
kind of something to say for what Fear's actual role is in the game. I think that getting a blink on him is obviously important, but that's really all he needs because his team has enough damage to supplement him at pretty much every stage. And
Yeah.
going to see a Stomp here miss in bottom lane. But I don't really think he needed to win his lane. I just think he needed to get experience.
Yeah, that is true. And you don't expect to win against Viper with many lineups because Viper is such a strong laner, and his one purpose is really to win lane really hard and transition into some 5-man push or something like that. Yeah, the stack is going down here to Bristleback.
Easy.
Plenty
He's
of
having a laugh.
max level Quill.
He's
Yes,
I'm
goes
actually
down.
going to be dying here. Wow, is he actually going to commit PPD? He's only got 1 point in the poison attack. His slow is really
You
not
can
that
barely
good.
even walk him down. I mean,
Yeah.
can't kill that.
Fear has to TP home.
All right, well, I guess that space created, right? Just made 2 heroes just run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, G, not afraid of anything.
So he is going for that mechanism on Viper.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think with
is under
Treads,
attack.
it's not too bad if you switch when you're using mech, but he does have a really, really low mana pool.
He's only got like 500 or something like that. I mean, you really want the point booster. That's what starts making the build ideal,
Yeah.
because the typical transition is like right into Ags. And I think once he gets that, it's not so bad. And I'm pretty sure they'll have at least 1 pair of arcane boots on their team, so I don't think he'll suffer too badly for it.
Yeah, speaking of the arcane boots, on the Tidehunter, he did go for the arcane
Radiant's
boots.
bottom tower
And I
is
think
under attack.
it's sort of like this. If you're winning your lane pretty hard, or if you're getting more farm than you should, then going arcane boots is fine. But
Yeah,
normally, in a game like this, I would probably just get the Blink Dagger first.
Okay.
I think that in a way, EG are kind of expecting VP to start 5-manning. So if the other team is sieging you, having a Blink Dagger is good for initiation, but I think you'll still be able to find decent ravages without it.
Yeah.
Storm Spirit clearing up a like 3 camp stack in the jungle as well. They stack so much EG for their carries, like.
Efficiency, man. I mean, really, their supports couldn't find a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's 11 minutes in. There's only been 3 kills, right? And one of them was a super aggressive dive. So, and that way, it's like if we're not doing anything else, we might as well stack because we have what 2 or 3 heroes that can kill stacks quite easily.
Yeah.
Just gold in the bank, man.
Yeah. Brewmaster is being given bottom lane right now, and that's really important to this Brew lineup of VP.
Radiant's top
Because if they don't
tower
get
is
the
under
Blink Dagger
attack.
soon, they cannot make the transition that you want them to do. And
Yeah.
because they're going to hit their timing right, but if they don't make something happen before 20-minute mark, then their strategy is not going to play out well.
I think the fear is if Storm Spirit comes online before the Blink Dagger comes out
Radiant's
on
top tower is under
on the
attack.
Brewmaster, then it's like a world of pain.
He's already been doing a good job. 87 last hits, 11 minutes in, and 2 ganks. This is really well done. Haven't died a single time as well.
So efficient as well with the Soul Ring. You can
Oh, that's a Fissure block.
Yeah, this is not good. Zai not having a great time right now.
Very nice kill there.
dance.
DP getting on the board with their first kill.
That was a really awkward position to be in, to be honest. I mean, they don't even have vision, like, anywhere up there.
Yeah.
The only word they have is bottom.
I'm not sure what he was looking to find there, because they were not really going to dive
What
the
the-
tower or anything like that.
So okay, he has a ball. Makes sense. Are they going to do Roche?
No, it's just a gank, I expect. Roshan is not that easy, even if
No.
they have decent minus armor.
Okay, Arteezy's actually going for Bloodstone.
Straight Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's not going for Orchid.
Maybe you think I'm confused.
Maybe he's just relying on the fact that since Fear's going to get a quicker blink, PPD, he wants
like
to try to get a
that's
swap
enough.
here. Nice defensive fissure from Jotum. It's actually going to keep G alive.
Well, TP was cancelled. They could maybe fight here, but they saw the TP get cancelled and still they want to back out.
Well, they don't have any initiators, and they know Tide's 6, so it's like, if we walk uphill, we don't really have much vision past the
Oh,
like
I meant,
initial health.
yeah, I meant for EG. They could have
Oh,
yeah.
They had a DD on Storm, and they saw that, I believe it was Skywrath cancelling his TP. So I think maybe they could have gone in. But gonna play it safe, going to the enemy jungle here and try to steal. PPD hiding again. Look at him liking his little spots.
Yeah.
PPD has watched Free to Play, man. He's staying
That
in
is
all the
number
trees.
1 juke spot, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody gets juked by that spot. Now no one will because PPD's
Yeah.
staying
Thank you, PPD.
Way to
Now
be
I
there
will
for.
die every
there.
single
You have
time.
ruined it for everyone, yeah.
We had something beautiful.
There's like a secret like cult of people that's hidden that bush. And you all had meetings on Thursdays.
You gotta like make it a point now when you stream to not use like the juke spots that you really like, just so people don't figure them out.
True. But if I only play when I stream, what's the point, Andy?
Universe like just ninjas a blink dagger.
Yeah.
I think he actually beat Fear to blink, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he farmed it really fast. Ancients are a big part of why he got this.
Fear has this.
Yeah, Fear had his first.
Yeah,
so
but he pretty much farmed his mana boots and blink in the time that Fear only. Or I was thinking about Sedoy. Yeah, Sedoy is still farming
Dire's
first.
top tower is under attack.
But the thing is now is that EG actually have all the tools they need. And instead of like relying on the Orchid Silence to be able to kill heroes like Baruch, they're just going to have Puck Initiate. And once Fear hits level 10, that's like the big point where your silence is maxed and Yol is just gone. Wrong place, wrong time, my friend.
All kinds of dead. Even sharing the shower there a little bit.
Arteezy actually has his Bloodstone very soon. Like, when you get Bloodstone, it's a lot of pressure on your teammates to set up the gank for you, I think, like to protect you.
But they can do it so well. They have double blink initiation and a storm.
So they just like push mid as 5 and just go ham. Is that it?
I guess so.
Strength is also obviously you can keep diving for so long. A lot of TPs now. The timing is now, says VP, going up to the top lane. We can hear the players start talking louder. Players intensifying, man.
DZZ's actually opting to go for, I guess, a hood instead of finishing the Crimson. I think the Crimson is almost always a better item, if you like over just like a plain hood. If you want to buy a pipe, that's a little bit different. But I don't know if pipe is necessary. Yeah, casual cloak could be as well.
Yeah, casual cloak into Crimson, and I will still agree with it. Else, I'm totally with you on the Crimson Guard being more worth.
Like, what's the Crimson Guard actually protecting you against? Just like.
Just in general, like, there's
15 minutes
always
in.
a lot of clicking.
Yeah, auto attacks are a substantial portion of your damage output, and it looks like Zai's going to end up getting caught here inside the woods. Meantime, they actually managed to try to kill on Yol in middle lane.
Yeah,
so
they just jumped him. He was
could be
running
a 1-for-1. His team's coming, though. I think he's dead.
Yeah, still, he should be able to just blink up here as well, so no one got killed the Brewmaster. A little bit of a 1-for-1 support trade going down.
But when I think about Crimson Guard, I think about like illusion heroes, like heroes with like AoE, like gyrocopter, that kind of stuff. I think it's the best against them kind of heroes. Whereas like Storm Spirit is mostly like magical damage, even though he does right click a little bit as well.
Well, it's just not only is it good in 5-man engagements, but it's a good high ground item, right? Yeah. Like it blocks tower shots as well. So when you're trying to go high ground, Bristle is one of those heroes that probably for 25, 30 minutes he's actually a really good tower tanker, and
being careful. It also doesn't cost any mana at all, which is a very nice thing, and it's really cost effective. Gives you a little bit of armor, so I think it's a good item overall. Diving so hard here. He dead. Like, G dead.
Yeah, they're both dead. Oh, John's over there. He's got a Fisher. Silence actually onto Arteezy as well. Can G actually get a bonus kill here? Looks like that's not going to be the case.
Yeah. And so dead that even Fisher cannot save you dead. Bloodstone is still not on Arteezy though, so he does buy it right now. So at least he didn't feed any blood. Decent.
Is that what happens when you buy it? Yeah. You give them your blood.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hopefully this won't be a Sudoku stone like Sing Sing's stone on Timbersaw yesterday. We just saw it like go down to 1 charge immediately. It was that time for Andy.
Well, the Bloodstone still gives you more mana regen than an Orchid would. So you can still farm very efficiently with the item, even if you're not getting like charges on the Bloodstone. And if you do, it's just icing on the cake. And the first time you die, you get quite a bit off of your resurrection timer. So
the downside is if you do die like twice after getting it, then it becomes a pretty useless item. Because it gives you pretty much no regen. I mean, 200%, sure, but the charges are really necessary.
It actually makes me kind of angry when I die with Bloodstone before I get a kill.
Oh, same. Definitely.
It's like, what is the point of buying this item?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, it gives you so much HP as well. So this 1500 HP and 1100 mana pool storm is, you know, you can argue both ways. Obviously, Orchid is better in some cases, and against the Brewmaster, I would almost.
It's gonna go down.
Yeah, things going down here. The setups, the smokes, the movement. Both teams smoked.
And they're actually gonna. Oh my god! Don't talk too loud. They might know.
There's a fucking helicopter monkey flying about the place.
Why is it in the game?
Oh, no, it's dead.
Thank you, Arteezy.
Courier has been killed.
It's kind of mean.
I feel like there's a personal vendetta against a courier in the
there is.
Well, what did the creator do?
Dude, people are hating on a skateboard and not addressing the fact that it's
I do want to go.
okay.
They know that there's like a here. There's going to be a rabbit on top of Sadoy. He might be able to get the split off still. No, the puck silence is too quick.
Can they get more? Trying to jump after BZZ and really big thing again.
Well, that stop is going to stop G from killing Arteezy, which is pretty much the only saving grace, I think, for that fight, if they could have managed to make it happen. But they're still going to continue to push the tower. There's no coil. Arteezy's pretty much out of mana.
Bench is behind them, though. They might be caught here.
G, he's going to be the one who's out of position. He gets silenced, though. They're going to try to turn it around and kill PPD before G goes down, but G will indeed go down. Question is who gets the kill. And it's actually going to be Arteezy himself, so there's some Bloodstone charges that we definitely wanted to see.
Yeah,
he has 11 then.
Plenty of charges. PPD sacrificial role there as well, going behind, trapping the enemy, and getting all the hate on him. Like, okay.
Take me now.
Well, I think he actually got a Bloodstone charge from PPD. Like, his body was just absorbed into the
Get in the box.
That's pretty much how it works. Get in the box. I like it. So he might go back for another Soul Ring now, and I expect that is what he's gonna do. This is not gonna be an Orchid, because this Orchid would be way too late. But getting a Soul Ring after having Bloodstone is really good. You already have the HP.
If you drop the Bloodstone, you get such a large percentage of mana.
Drop abusing.
Radiant's middle tower
I think they need to fix that, to be honest.
No. It's a big part of Dota. You can't fix that. That's like
efficiency,
massive.
man. You need it.
Massive efficiency. My efficiency, Shane.
Brutal efficiency.
Okay, so there's the added benefit of when you're playing like a bounty hunter or something like that, and you steal someone's like boots or
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
So there's a
You have
risk
to-
to it.
you have
It's
to
kind
chance
of cool.
of taking it. But
It's
when I
such
play
a small
Techie,
chance, though.
when I play Techie, I keep my Soul Ring until I have Gear Cap. And then you drop all your items, use Soul Ring, and realize you got 500 mana from it.
Dyer's middle
no,
tower
not
is under
efficiency.
attack.
My God.
Oh, middle tower actually going to be given away for
Dyer's
free here.
middle tower
EG not going to contest. They didn't have Ravage or anything like that. But,
BP is scary to fight against right now with their mech finished.
but are they really that scary? Because, I mean, the last team fight, G wasn't there at the beginning, sure, but
They were very split up in the last team fight and in weird positions. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, this build from BZC
Radiant's
is
top
something
tower
we've
is under
seen
attack.
on Bristleback previously. And
That's so
I
much.
like it. The movement speed is really key. Because positioning is everything for Bristleback in the fight. Sometimes you don't punch that much, but you still want to get your quills from, you know, get them in deep so everyone can get hit by them.
yeah.
And the Santiago can help you.
EG going to be in the front here. Gets puck silence. The way he comes in, he is not silenced. Actually gets a split off, but unfortunately, BZZ going to die before much happens. PPD going to be one return kill so far. Arteezy almost out of mana, going to get thrown up in the air. He's actually going to get quite a good mana for this, but no, the Skyward Silence comes in, and the Mystic Flare. Arteezy so close to going down. Eventually does drop, not able to suicide shot him, throwing out the Echo Slam, but he doesn't actually get the Aftershock stun on it, so Figure's going to be able to phase shift and blink away. Sadoy chasing now. Fissure to follow it up. Figure probably going to be dropping here. Second, the Ravage comes out, hits on two, or three, excuse me. They're actually going to get two bottle kills here. Universe now in some trouble. Here comes Dive in the back. Arteezy is back in the fight as well. G going to eat a pull here. Universe ends up dropping. Universe. Or excuse me, Fear. I thought Universe was still playing puck for some reason. Fear actually phase shifted when he orbed to make sure that he didn't get corrosive
That was
skin
really
and not
good.
die.
Yeah, that was really, really key, because he would have died too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I was
It was an
actually
awesome
looking
fight.
towards it.
The Bloodstone coming in huge there, because like
He was
Arteezy
up
just
really fast.
respawned instantly. I think he had a 9-second death timer or something.
Yeah, and you also lose no gold
Radiant's
pretty much,
bottom
so
tower
that's
is under
really
attack.
amazing. And they're gonna get a tower there in the end, but
Radiant's
BP
bottom
just
tower
man
has
fighting
fallen.
against them there in that.
He's going for the Orchid.
The thing is, normally I would say like
He
fights
is.
like that, I wouldn't be too distraught if I were VP. But like VP doesn't have a hard carry, right? They're building all mid-game items on mid-game heroes.
Yeah.
And the Storm has a Bloodstone and is working his way towards Orchid, which is still kind of a mid-game item, but at the very least, Storm makes a really good late-game transition. I would say he's actually one of the scariest heroes late-game, just because of his pure mobility and the capability of like jumping on anyone that he wants at any point in time. Plus, he's an amazing Aegis carrier.
Yeah.
So we know EG love to get like 17 Roshans a game.
Yeah, I mean, late game you can jump pretty much from the fountain towards the river. You can get even past the river depending on what items you reach. So Storm is a scary hero as he can always catch you. And
Can't escape.
they cannot escape, Shane. No escape.
He has his own-
Viper has opted to go BKB, by the way.
Yeah. I think against any team with Tidehunter, getting BKB is like one of the most important things on your course.
Yeah, that's true. The multiple BKB is probably going to be the build. Sidoy probably, this Ogre Club is also a BKB. maybe he hasn't decided yet, and that's why he's keeping the gold. Sometimes you can buy the club first and be like, okay, maybe Aghanim's, maybe BKB, we'll see, depending on how it goes.
I think that's what he did.
Yeah. Oh, mid VP want to go here. It's gonna be.
Oh no.
Actually, Zadoi went really far forward. Actually, just opts to go straight in for the split. Here comes the Earth Splitter, and the sound effect on his eyes while he's just gonna end up dying here. Not much to do.
Commitment was real though. I mean, you get one support and you use to split. You can't fight after this, so you might not be able to take the tier 2.
Yeah, I think they realized that and they're like, okay, we're out.
Ravage is up very soon. They did catch out Arteezy, but it looks like they want to try to back up. Universe chasing. He's going to get a contested shot. He really wants to catch somebody. Orca going to be going out on a Jotum. Arteezy's there as well. They end up picking him off top deal.
Viper TV top, and as soon as Universe saw that, he called it and like, go, go, go mid, guys. And you could hear it from the players, the aggression. That's why Universe just charged in.
Do you think it's a mistake to like immediately show yourself like after you back up? Because it is a dead giveaway that the other team has chosen not to fight. So do you think sometimes it would be better to just TP and like not show yourself for like 5 or 10 seconds so your team's safe?
Well, he wanted to TP and save a tier 1 tower. It was going down.
Yeah.
So
well, he got the deny, right?
Yeah.
So I guess in that sense it's okay.
Trading away your teammate
for a deny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically worth money to deny over like losing a teammate.
But there's a value to be mentioned on getting crossroad charges onto a storm and getting efficiency by finding kills.
Yeah.
True, because he gets so high levels as well. He's just playing with the regen.
When you go this kind of build on Bristleback, like
Yes.
this Asher kind of casual cloak thing, like it says to me like we need to go now or else we're kind of screwed.
Well, that's what the hero composition was meant to do. So you build items to peak at the point that you want to be like 25, 30 minutes in. Like this is the time where I feel like VP's lineup should be at its strongest, more or less.
But they're losing fights.
Yeah, but they're losing fights, which is why it's distressing. Because they are showing that they want to fight, but every time they try to take an engagement, they end up losing a little bit more than EG do.
Yeah. So
every time trades go in EG's favor, like, I mean, look at Universe. He's working his way towards Refresher. He's almost got Oblivion staff, and the Perseverance is already done. So I think it's pretty clear that the complexion of the game is like going towards EG. No real doubt about it.
Times are hard, man. And he went back for a Vladimir's on the Brewmaster, which could be really a good choice because they're against an Elder Titan, and they have a 10 armor Viper. They also have an 8 armor, or 9 now, on Bristleback, on their innate armor. So this is going to help them tank up a little bit, because you've seen how fast Bristleback dies.
Even
Every
with his casual plate mail.
Yeah, he just disappears.
I don't know how he wears all this armor, like, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, does he put the cloak on over the plate mail?
I mean, look at his head, look at how he...
Oh yeah, he's actually wearing the cloak in his set for us. That's very nice of him.
I think you actually just start
That's how he does it.
each of your quills on your back. You just use them as ornaments, you know? Just carry them around like that. He's like a
Christmas decorations, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Christmas time with Bristleback. Very nice.
All the kids, like, trying to put stars on his head.
I actually almost think that Bristleback would benefit very well from a BKB here. I mean, it's kind of hard to justify buying BKB and Bristleback, but in reality, that's the item that you buy when you want to take like really big engagements and win them. And if VP want to go high ground and end the game, then I feel like BKB is almost a necessity for him.
Yeah, BKB next item would be decent, and he has 2,200 gold, so decent.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to smoke up here. No one farming any side lane here. Is EG gonna catch on to this?
Beauty's in a nice spot.
PPD seems to know about it, just by the way he stands on this high ground. It's like he will see them first, and now probably gonna check Roshan soon.
Spider sense, it's tingling.
Oh no.
Oh, it didn't tingle the right way. Missed it.
Yeah.
It seems I don't really know
no
about this.
idea. Yeah, this is gonna... Are they gonna get a Roche for free?
Who do
Man,
you...
they gotta know something's up though, because top lane is pushing in so
Everyone
far.
is careful, but they don't understand it's a Roshan.
Roshan has fallen to the
Easy with the Aegis.
Yeah, EG called Roche as he died, so they had no clue until then. And
It's kind of cool being able to hear them, isn't
yeah,
it?
I love being this close to a player. It's really nice. And BKB on Viper is a 10-second timing now as well. So they have the weapons, Rascal, but can they do it?
They have the technology.
They do.
This is when you're like, okay, I'm Air Checker. I have 1.4k gold. Please let me last hit creeps, and then
DD.
yeah, DD Puck is watching this, and he's like,
scary.
come on, Air
no,
Checker.
Don't do it, Jonathan.
Oh no, please, my blink. Oh, mercy.
Panic. Sheer panic. I mean, it's too tempting, right? Like
Yeah,
when you
it
see
really
a creep
is,
wave like that, and you're like, oh man, I'm like so close.
Yeah.
Every Dota player has done that. They've said like, I really shouldn't farm this, but man, I want to farm this.
It's all so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. but just dying sets you back pretty much an entire creep wave of farm as well. So you got to think about the risk and the reward. Like, do some poker approach to it. Like, what am I getting?
Wood farm again.
All in.
Worth.
All in.
Oh, Sedoy. I
Wants
think
the
he
farm as
just
well.
wants a few creeps.
Yeah, they have Bristleback, but can they actually catch a Yule's Blink puck? I don't think so.
Yeah, most likely not.
Unless you make a massive error.
Yeah, him and Stark like the two hardest heroes to kill in the game period.
I think Poker's probably harder to play.
Yeah. Well, Stark normally comes with more items, so that kind of makes him harder.
Exactly,
And Stark is often extending a little bit more to get a kill as well, so he puts himself in harm's way, whereas the puck will just control you. But yeah, puck should be a little bit harder, I guess. But the two of them, I mean, they're hard to kill, but they're also two of the heroes with the highest skill cap, I think, in terms of how well you can actually play them. Like,
Yeah,
knowing your
I would
limits.
agree with that. I think Puck's actually harder than Slark.
Maybe. Well,
I think Slark is one of those heroes
Radiant's
that
top tower is
if
under
you just
attack.
know how to time your Dark Pact and Shadow Dance, you're already like a good enough Slark. And sure, there's obviously a higher skill cap than just that, but those are like the two major things, whereas Puck, there's like so many things that you
You
can
can
do.
do the bare essentials on Slark a lot easier.
Yeah. Oh, Sedoy going for a clap here. Phase
Misses.
shift though from Fear. Doesn't get it off.
Old man here with the fast fingers. Kind of dodge.
Like, look at Zai's items. Like, where does he get them? Like, I don't understand.
He's a magician.
Zai is actually a confirmed magician when it comes to
But he's got first blood.
You know what it reminds me
He
of?
has 81 last hits, so I think
Rules
that's
into a stomp your
that's
middle
part of
lane.
it.
They want to follow this though. Fear throwing out an orb. Okay, they definitely can.
Thank
They
you,
don't have the damage. But he reminds me really of like what EGM used to do on Alliance. Like he just has farm as like a position 4. Arteezy going to be forced to use his haste turn here just to walk away.
I think
And
he's
it
pretty
looks
happy
like
with
the,
that haste rune.
The item progression from BZZ is going to be an assault to your ass, which I think is pretty much in the same spirit of game ending, right? Like that's a really good high ground item.
Yeah, but they also finished up a Vlad's and an AC within the last like 7 minutes. So now they have that peak where they got plus 10 armor. That's not going to be removed by Zai. And this is really a good
Radiant's
timing
top
for
tower is
VP.
under
But the
attack.
side lanes, PPD is actually right clicking along with the Arteezy as he's pushing.
Look at Fear's items. He finished the Hex.
Yeah, he's actually pretty
Dire's
massive
middle
considering the
tower
start he
is
had.
under attack.
He's 6-0-0.
Like
Or
he had what,
6-0-6.
8 CS
Yeah,
when
Radiant's top
the
tower
Viper had
is under
40.
attack.
Yeah, I think 5 minutes in
Radiant
he had 6
structures
CS,
are
which is
fortified.
like ridiculously low for mid.
What a
But,
beast.
Yeah,
Dire's structures are
well played by
fortified.
Fear.
I think it's like the exact opposite of game number 1
Refresher
actually.
as well. The refresher on Tide. Just standing
Dire's
here.
middle tower has fallen.
Well, the thing is, have they seen it? That's my question.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like they
look at
haven't.
him. He's like,
He wants it
They
so
will
bad.
see
They're
it.
going
They
for the
will
pincer.
feel it.
Yeah, they're going
Does
for
he
the
not
pincer
force it?
right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Arteezy
He
find
always
one?
playing as a unit though.
Yeah. Look at the positioning here, VG.
oh, Jotham's at it again though.
They see he's gone. They immediately jump. John just gets evaporated.
He had 1.8k gold.
It's going to be a Linken's build by Arteezy as well in the Storm. I think it's a fair call against Skywrath and so on.
I think
mean,
it's yeah.
BKB would be okay, but against Viper and BB, it doesn't
Yeah.
do much.
I think
they do
it's
have Snot. They do have like the arcane bolts. They are slow moving, I guess, so it takes a while to actually
they're
pop.
actually projectiles.
Yeah.
Like the main thing you want to block is the silence, and that is instantaneous. So you can just. Oh, what I mixed all over the place.
I think it's not possible immediately though, but it'll do.
What about BKB? Arteezy going to throw a pull on a BZZ. I think they just want to run here. They've used quite a bit of mana. At the very least, they want to wait out Sedoy's BKB and maybe try to go for a Ravage, but looks like they just want to try to run it out. Sedoy actually canceling his ulti. Maybe could have gotten a courier kill there, but decides not to.
Yeah, and even Zai just walking away casually with his Yosef push that throws down the ulti. Like, don't follow me. Oh, behind the lines is Arteezy. Taught him again. Jotham is never
what's
getting
he
a
on
blink.
there? He was on like
Coil on 2. Here comes Universe. Really nice BKB timing from G. Universe throws out the second Ravage. They're going to end up getting at least one out of that one so far. BZZ being chased down as well, but Universe ends up trading its own life. BZZ going to be dropping here soon as well. It's a triple for Arteezy. Force that forward. Yule's on the cheap. There's no more BKB for him, and there should be another kill coming out to the side of EG. Can he get more overload auto attacks? Oh, he's actually tankier than I thought. Looks like G's is going to be able to, I guess, flutter it off.
Yeah, love it, boys. Just walking
boys.
away, but I mean, he did work with the BKB timing there. G fought really well, but his team just disappeared. And a lot of it is Arteezy finding that kill behind the enemy line, just picking off the ES immediately.
Yeah, you need the Earth Shaker standing back. Just, okay, that's enough of that team fight for a while.
Yeah. And this also sets back the ES, not only by blink dagger timing, but it's level 9. And even if he has a blink now, level 1 ulti is not going to deal that much damage.
Yeah.
So I think VP are in a lot of struggle right now.
When I was watching G play yesterday, he was playing Doombringer, and he had a BKB against 500, and he always BKB'd before the rabbit tool, like nearly always. He's so good at that.
Yeah.
Quick fingers.
Yeah, one finger just resting on the BKB pretty much is what you want to have.
It's so dangerous to do though, because yeah, like I've accidentally pressed it so many times.
That's true, but it's because you use blue switches. You can't rest your fingers on stuff. I talked to you about this.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I told you, resting fingers on hotkeys with blue switches.
Dangerous work.
Yeah, that is dangerous play. I'm all about them red switches, man.
I think it might change.
Yeah, blue are addictive though.
They're so nice. They feel great.
They feel amazing. So, back in the game now, DD rune on Storm. This is just danger all over the place. And even it has an extra ultimate orb coming out. Really getting all the orbs.
That Hex.
Yeah. What a dangerous Storm, really.
Oh, no, don't run away from it.
Super long jump, but catching Yol, the Shrine Ward, getting it. And he didn't even use more than half his mana to get that.
Ridiculous. Look at his regen, 51.
It actually looks like he has a regen.
Yeah, it does.
The biggest problem right now for VP is that they have no way to really safely push. Like they have to send like 3 or 4 heroes to a lane just to be able to push it out. They can't have any hero solo right now. Yeah. And since that's the case, like Storm, he loves these situations, right? Like anytime he sees a solo hero, it's like, oh, you're just dead. Can't really do anything.
When the Arteezy gets his blink dagger, maybe he can like sit behind people in lane. Like that's I guess the only option they have.
Yeah, but that's still, I feel like game losing, right? Like when you have to have people do that just to be able to hit creeps. Like in the early game, it's okay because you're not really getting a whole heck of a lot of anything else anyway. But now at this stage, it's like we wanted our blink really bad. Now things are just, it's 35 minutes in.
Well, he will get the blink on ES at least. He only needs.
He's been this close before.
Right before. Yeah, but this time Arteezy, I guess Arteezy could potentially jump all the way down there. He's very close to getting this.
He's definitely doing it.
He wants to. There are 2 heroes behind this.
The trap.
The trap is set. Oh, he kills it so fast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he does it last second.
That was very close.
He was. I really like my 17 charges, but I guess I have to.
Living life on the edge.
So,
he denied the blink once again.
Jottam, literally in tears.
Actually crying by now. A single tear.
At least this time his death gave something, right?
True, yeah.
I mean, even though they didn't actually get the kill.
That's a good trait, to be honest. Like, just getting rid of some charges.
Yeah.
On the Storm.
Well, it takes away from lane pressure is the biggest thing. Like, EG are being very proactive about, like, making sure that at the very least, middle and bottom are consistently pushed, so Roshan is a lot easier. And then they just put Arteezy top because he has the highest mobility, so we can transition from farming woods to pushing lane to killing.
This one ward by Radiant is very good, because it sees Storm very quickly. And this is the position he has jumped from repeatedly. He has his Hex now as well. This is the scariest Storm I've seen in quite some time.
Oh, Fear's got his Aghanims as well.
Yeah, everyone is starting to look dangerous on the side of EG. Even Tidehunter with a Mystic Staff now.
So EG actually have the Venge swap for the Aghanims ulti on pull. So they always have a guaranteed 4 seconds stun.
That's a really a nice thing. Even some 4 stacks by Tide can potentially.
Yeah, but if they're BKB.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Guaranteed stun.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Nice little.
Roshan going the way of EG, and Arteezy is going to be the recipient of the Aegis, and like I was mentioning before, pretty much, in my opinion, best Aegis carrier in Dota.
Oh yeah, definitely, because he uses all his health and all his mana. Like there's very few heroes that can do it so quickly.
Dear God, if he sees anyone at this stage, I think he will just go and like commit to killing one and then respawn.
You think he goes Shivas next?
Nah, they're gonna have a Shivas by Tide anyway.
You go BKB
the travels
and just go
are probably pretty worth having.
Travels first?
Yeah. Travels are nice because then you can join your team no matter where they are. And you can
nearly do that now.
Yeah, I guess. but joining with full mana ready as well, there's a power about that. Viper has his team behind him here walking into top. Are we gonna see a clash building up by EG and VP?
Did he just like ball by him and like not see him?
Nah, he didn't.
You don't really want to initiate on Storm Spirit.
Oh, they're going to find him. Lincoln's actually doing some work there. Prevented the Skyrest silence.
That's always going to be the first spell. Like, it's very hard to throw Arcane Orb and then silence without him already jumping
Well, he can
away.
Yules, but that's still hard too, right?
They have Drunken Haze as well, which isn't too bad.
It's still projectile speed though, right?
But
Like,
all Storm needs, but it procs when you click it.
Exactly, yeah. So
But
all you have to do is click it on.
all Storm really needs though is the little bit of time that Lincoln gives him to react and say, okay, I'm gonna jump. You know? And it's a better item overall than VQE, I think.
Because of the mana.
Because of the style he plays, mana regen.
And also health as well, because a lot of health.
Looking around for kills.
He's just like, my mana's full.
Sadoy, he's manning up here. He really wants to go in. PPD gonna throw the stun on the fuses. Split's gonna come out here. Ulti from long distance coming out from the First Splitter gonna be used here. Universe goes in for a Ravage, but the BKB's already used. He refreshes, but he gets thrown up in the air. He's not gonna be able to Ravage again. Coil comes out. That is an Aghanim's Coil, by the way. Jotun echoing onto here. They want to try to pick up the puck, but they can't. Arteezy in the middle of this team fight. Second Ravage coming in from Universe. This one hitting on two. Sadoy now out of the split. G actually going to be dropping as well. No one on the side of EG has died yet, and Sadoy is going to be joining the rest of his team.
Seems like
in the
a
grave.
clean win all
BZZ
over.
is just race carring as fast as he can
Yeah,
away
but
from EG.
so is Zai chasing after it.
This is the space create right now. This is get him as
No,
far
you
away
wait.
from your side of the map as you can before you die.
Sit still.
All right, it didn't work out that well.
Dear God. Yeah, that was a clean 5-man wipe. And all the blood is now
And
back.
G did it again, though. He like perfectly timed his BKB.
He's amazing at that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he
really
never
impressive.
fails. And that was even tied, like, very close to the Viper. And he still has the speed to react.
Oh, BZZ. They even use buybacks for this. He might end up going down again. The Sky BKB is going to be down here. He's still running away quite fast. Zai wants him so bad. Arteezy falling in. He still has Aegis.
He still has Aegis. He's gonna commit to Jotun as well, killing him. And now G is in a weird spot. All alone here, chasing after PPD.
Oh, nice BKB again.
He BKBs, but he doesn't really have a way of getting out of here, I don't think. Arteezy is just biding his time. He's got 74 mana
kill.
regen right now.
But that's a double dieback from both the BB and Viper, so this should really spell at least one Rax. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard decision for VP.
Okay, so this we can agree is an unthrowable lead.
Nothing is unthrowable.
Radiant's middle tower
nothing is
under
Well,
attack.
we're talking over 30,000 experience and over
it's
25,000.
6.82.
But if you think about how much experience they've gained,
There we go. There we go.
I tried.
You tried, but I think VP tried as well, as they were thinking quite a while before saying GG there, but they realized it's just simply too much, and this time they're gonna tap out. So
I mean, I actually like the draft quite a bit more, even though I would say that in both games, well, maybe the first game, I feel like EG actually just had a better draft. Or no, second game I feel like they had a better